These are chewy maple cinnamon sugar cookies dipped in white chocolate. These cookies are chewy, they're buttery, and they're perfectly spiced with maple and cinnamon. These are perfect for the holidays or any kind of fall or winter occasion, with that warm, cozy comfort of the maple and the cinnamon sugar and the decadence of the white chocolate. These cookies are seriously delicious, and they can be decorated to fit any event. But for today, these are going to be holiday and Christmas cookies. These are a must try, and again, they're super easy to make. So let's get into it. So like most of my cookie recipes, you're going to start with a large bowl of a standing mixer, and you're going to add your room temperature butter along with your brown sugar. For these cookies, we're just using brown sugar, no white sugar. This is what's going to give it that chewy, delicious texture. And from here, you're going to beat this until the sugar and the butter are nice and fluffy and creamy. This is what's going to make them light and fluffy. Now, while the butter and sugar is creaming together, that usually takes a few minutes, you're going to grab a separate medium-sized bowl and you're going to add all of your dry ingredients. So your flours, your baking soda, baking powder, cornstarch, and you're just going to give this a good mix so that all of the ingredients are mixed together, nice and well combined, so that they're ready when we're going to add them into the mixture. And you're going to set that aside. Now coming back to your sugar and your butter. This is going to take a few minutes for it to actually become nice and light and fluffy. And you're going to have to scrape the bottom of the bowl a few times just to make sure that all of the butter and all of the sugar are incorporating and mixing well together. Like any standing mixer, it often gets stuck at the bottom, so you really want to make sure you're scraping your bowl. And you keep beating it until it gets nice and light and fluffy, and you'll see that it'll get paler in color when the butter and the sugar start to get fluffier. So you can kind of see it here. It is getting paler and lighter at the top. That's a good sign that we're getting close to that light and fluffy texture that we're looking for. But again, scraping the bottom of your bowl many times and beating it. So you can see that it's gotten a lot paler at the top here, and you can see that it's kind of soft and light and fluffy, so this is ready to go. So from here, you're going to add in your vanilla and your egg, and you're going to mix it to combine so that it's all well and nicely mixed together. Oh, and you're also going to add your maple syrup and your maple extract and mix these together. You can start by mixing it with the beater attachment, but if you find it's just mixing at the top of your dough, just mix it in manually with a rubber spatula. I have to do this very often with my cookie recipes because it just doesn't get the bottom of the bowl. So just mixing it all together until it's nice and combined and well incorporated. And once that's all well and combined, you're going to add in all of your dry ingredients that you mixed together earlier. And then you're just going to mix this together on a low speed because you don't want your flour and all your dry ingredients to fly everywhere. And you're just going to mix this until it's all nice and well incorporated and a consistent texture throughout. And you can turn up the speed a little bit once the flour has mostly incorporated. So you can see here it's nice and light and fluffy and it's all well combined. So this is pretty much good to go. Because this recipe is very buttery, you're going to want to plop this in the fridge for half an hour to let the dough kind of stiffen up a little bit to be able to form it. And while the dough is chilling in the fridge, grab a small or medium-sized bowl, add in your sugar and your cinnamon, and you're just going to mix that well together. This is what we're going to dip our cookies in once they are formed. It really gives that nice crispy outer layer to these cookies. And you're going to set that aside. Now, once your cookie dough has chilled in the fridge, you're going to grab your scale and you're going to weigh these cookies out to about 50 grams. Now, this, of course, as always, is personal preference. You can make them bigger or smaller. Just know that the baking time is going to differ depending on the size that you bake these. So mine here, I'm rolling them into 50-gram balls. And once they're weighed, you're just going to roll them gently, and you're just going to roll them in the cinnamon sugar until it's all layered on top. Place these on a piece of parchment paper or something that you can place these in the fridge to let them chill after, and keep repeating the process until you've rolled out all of your cookies. So weighing them, gently rolling them out, and dipping them fully in the cinnamon sugar. And once you've done this with all of your dough, you're going to place the cookies in the fridge to let them chill for ideally 30 minutes, but you can leave them in there for about 20 if you're in a bit of a rush. And once your cookies have chilled, you're going to preheat your oven to 350 Fahrenheit. You're going to grab a cookie sheet with a piece of parchment paper and lightly grease it, and place your chilled cookies on this cookie sheet, and you're going to bake these for about 17 minutes. Now, of course, as I always say, everyone's oven is different. Keep an eye on these. You want them to be golden brown on the outside, but nice and soft and chewy on the inside. And this is what they'll look like when they come out of the oven. How good do these look? They are so perfect, but they're even better when you dip them in chocolate. So let's get to this last part of these cookies. You're going to get yourself a microwave-safe bowl or cup. Here, mine is glass, and this will make a difference when you're tempering the chocolate. So you're going to weigh out all of your white chocolate, pour it into this microwave-safe bowl, and you're going to pop this in the microwave for about 30 seconds at first. Now, if you are using a glass bowl or cup like I am, it's important to remember that the glass gets hot in the microwave. So even after you take the chocolate out of the microwave, if the glass is hot enough, it will still be melting the chocolate. So you can see here, I didn't put this in the microwave again, and it's already melting a lot more than it was at first. So you want to be really careful when you're melting your chocolate to not overdo it. If you're using a glass cup or bowl, make sure that it's coming back to room temperature before putting it back in the microwave. And then put it back in the microwave for 10 to 15 seconds. And make sure you're mixing it every time you're putting it in the microwave. And eventually you'll get a texture like this. I also did add a little bit of coconut oil to help loosen it up a little bit and help it melt to a better consistency. Now from here, you can either dip the cookies in the chocolate if your cup or your bowl is big enough, or you can just add about a tablespoon of this white chocolate on top of the cookie like I'm doing here and spreading it out evenly. And from here, you can add any kind of decorations that you want. That's what's so awesome about these cookies, especially for the holidays and for Christmas. You can make them super festive and really beautiful. And sometimes it's just so fun to decorate these cookies, to get a little creative about it. So you can add any kind of decoration to the white chocolate on top. Most chocolate is going to take a moment to set, so you have a bit of time to be able to place your decorations. And there you have really delicious, buttery, chewy, maple, cinnamon, sugar cookies that are dipped in decadent white chocolate. Not only are these festive, they are absolutely amazingly delicious. And just look at how cute these are. If you like this recipe, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. And of course, let me know in the comments what kind of recipes you want more of.